Mate, are you in? Tell me you're not in your own bedroom because I'm looking at your wallpaper.
Wallpaper's free. Yeah.
Tell me you're in your 8-year-old brother's bedroom, please.
This is actually my bedroom from like when I was about 8. Actually, I don't. It's a study now. So.
That's it.
Oh. I've been there since day one.
Good man. Yeah, I can fucking see, mate.
Hello and welcome back to RugbyPass Offload with me, Mark Edwards, joined as always by the exuberant and effervescent duo Glasgow Warriors captain and Scotland international Ryan Wilson and Bristol Bears prop Max Leif. Will be joined later on in the show by Rees Lightning himself, Gloucester Wales and Lions winger Louis Rees Zammit. We're going to kick things off very quickly. Ryan, first things first, what happened to your phone, mate?
Oh, nightmare. It's not actually a really great story. Just lost it in a taxi. Couple of beers on Saturday after the game. Came back in a taxi, left it in the taxi. Literally, like it's a sad thing to say, isn't it? It's a very sad thing to say, but life is on hold. Like I just don't know what to do. I'm struggling big time. Life without a phone. Like what did we used to do back in the day? Like in the dark ages. Like I'm at the zoo on Sunday and the missus take one of the kids to the toilet. I don't know where she's gone. I don't know how to find her. I'm now lost in the zoo with 2 children. She's got 1. No, she had 2. I had 2. And I haven't got a clue how to find her. It's an absolute nightmare. Like I couldn't even tell the time. How bad's that? I don't have a watch.
Yeah, we're androids now, mate. This is the last step before we truly intertwine ourselves with technology. Have you seen all that stuff that the big fella's doing? He's making those like brain implants, going to take bits of your skull out, and he puts the goddamn device in there, wires it into your brain. Suddenly you're linked up.
Who's the big fella?
Elon Musk. Elon Musk.
I thought you were talking about God.
Yeah, no. Are you got a direct line?
The upstairs guy. No, Neuralink. Mate, it is fascinating.
Yeah, but he's lost the plot. He reckons that life will end, so we need to start creating life on Mars. Am I right? Or is it on the moon? Moon or Mars?
Yeah, that's why all those big dogs like him and Bezos are just like flexing on us by flying off into space. Look at all my money. I can fly a rocket without NASA.
Do you know the most ridiculous thing though? Like of all the things to be worried about, I couldn't get hold of anyone. That was the main thing. There was no way of and I don't know any passwords. They're all face. It's all look at the phone and your face does the work. So I've locked myself out of Instagram.
What about everything. Your photos?
That's what I mean. I still don't know. I haven't got a phone. I'm in rugby with an iPad like that, like walking around with an iPad trying to iMessage people. It's just, oh mate, it's so stressful. But the main thing I was worried about is if we don't do monitoring and stuff like that in the morning on our phone, we get fined. So I'm just losing money at the same time. Yeah. So absolute nightmare. But we could have had worse weekends because we could have had a game against Quins.
Oh gosh, you've done that to me, have you? Oh. It was growly, man. It was going so smoothly as well. Everything was going wonderfully. Then suddenly, old Tommy Allen went off, and someone else, we won't mention his name, came back on, and then it all kicked off, didn't it? Yeah, he's a dastardly villain, that one.
Was it all him?
No, it wasn't all him. That was just like. It's just like, you know, when the game sort of how the game rolls emotionally, it just sort of, it started going their way and then it just kept going. Like, you know, when you don't quite feel that energy to like come back from it. And then technically speaking, there were just like too many sort of bad reads out wide. And when you're against a team like Quins, they're amazing at finding space. That's sort of their X factor. They're like, we don't win with D, we win with scoring more tries than you. We'll concede a few, but you'll concede way more.
For people that don't watch rugby and listen to this, which I doubt there's very many people, but it was what 21-0 after like 25 minutes or something.
Yeah.
To you boys, exactly. Like hosing them, laughing, giggling, like joking, high fiving. Let's do this. Next minute.
Some bits of deja vu there. Yeah.
It was, and oh man, like, do you know what? Doing this podcast last year, you'll yet to understand this. This is probably your first week of it big time, but sometimes games don't go your way and you still have to do media and you try and dodge it. But when you're on a podcast, you can't dodge it. You have to just go and roll with it. And all the boys will be listening going, what's he been saying on the podcast? So you got to be careful, mate.
I know, mate. Yeah, it's true. I know exactly what you mean. It's like, what did I just say? Did I say something I shouldn't have? Oh no, hopefully Pat doesn't listen to this. Oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. Your brain's just jumping.
Oh mate, don't. Well,
mate,
it could have been worse.
tough.
We got hosed by Treviso, like nearly 50 points. So Quinn's, winners of the league last year, Treviso. So I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. We're here for you, aren't we, Mark? We're here for him.
Completely. But it was a bit of history repeating itself, Max. We're not going to let you off that lightly. Did you speak about the semi-final from last year and how there was a similar pattern of play unfolding?
Yeah, it was obviously sort of a big part of the emotional motivation going into the week, but we sort of because of just how we'd gone so far, we sort of treated it as a fresh week, just to like really just concentrate and sort of chase the feeling of just playing and having a good crack out there. And it was all going very well. And then sort of off the back end of that, we sort of just talked about it being a sort of an opportunity. Like we were top of the table last season. And now we find ourselves near the bottom and we're sort of misfiring, but we find it as more of like an opportunity, like to sort of strive and persevere through like some decent adversity. I think it's quite exciting. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but a lot of the times when you're a very successful team, sometimes what made you successful kind of atrophies and it's quite nuanced and you're not sure what it is. So you have to go back through this rebuilding process to kind of find what that was again. And that's sort of the sort of situation we find ourselves in at the Bears.
I'll tell you what to do.
We're going to say Great Escape.
No. I'll tell you what to do. Get over to Fiji, get some pawpaw leaves and wrap Semi up with pawpaw leaves. Cover him in the motherfuckers.
Just mummify him.
Make him work again and then just load him with tape. Fill him up with tape. Wrap him to the nines and get him out.
Just get him out there. Like Undertaker vibes. Just comes out, just mummified and then leaves. Just like, yeah.
Semi-ready.
Mamma mia. He's like hard out Italian. It's real. All his catchphrases are in Italian. I love Fijian accents. They're all so weird and varied, very like melodious. I love it. It's great madness.
I just want to rewind a tiny bit before we get into Ryan's game. Slightly.
Oh, yeah. Back to my phone or...
Well, actually, clearly with your phone, it's divine retribution for that video that you put up about Adam Hastings, and then suddenly your phone goes missing, mate. So it makes sense, doesn't it?
Hastings stole your phone, bro.
Yeah, that wasn't fair of me, especially with the state of my arms. But I wouldn't go taking money for a bicep.
An occlusion t-shirt. Wait, let's rewind this. So was he actually angry with you about that?
No, I'm sure he wasn't angry. I got a message saying snake or something like that.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Listen, what I said to him is, you can't get angry, mate. You've been paid, so now you have to take the flak. These are all paid adverts, surely. Like I'm guessing he's not a massive advocate of it. Oh, I can't say that because now we're going to ruin the branding of the t-shirt. But anyway, if the person owns these t-shirts, send me one. I'm the real person to try on. If you can make my arms get bigger, then it works. But there ain't no chance because I've been trying for 12 years and they are still twiglets.
I'll tell you who does have one actually at the Bears. Dave Atwood.
No.
I kid you not.
No.
I kid you not.
And what's he?
I remember he brought it in for like 2 days, I think. I remember, but he's like an avid bicep worshiper.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's always just there at the dumbbell rack, just swinging 40s up. He is good at it, but he's swinging them like the inertia. It's like zero techers, but he loves it. Like everyone's like, we got to get ready for when guys are warming up, they're doing like their posterior chain, they're stretching. Dave's warm up is just buys and tries. He's just obsessed. He's like big pipes all day, boys. It's weird, mate. It's like it's an obsession.
Maybe this is bloody clever advertising because what they've done, they've gone, right, give Hastings a t-shirt. He's going to get the piss ripped out of him. Then they're going to talk about it on podcast and go, guess what? That was funny. And then send me out a t-shirt. Send me out a t-shirt. I'll wear it on a night out. I'll wear it on a night out. Get some press ups going on a night out. Tighten them up. It's just give me one, and we'll see what happens.
What I will say about occlusion training is it is legit. Like, you get the pump of the gods. It is outrageous.
Yeah, it's horrible. I've done it before with the proper.
Yeah, you've done it before. Yeah. The like when you're taking your pulse cuffs, those bad boys.
Wait, how does it work?
So you basically get like either like a blood pressure cuffing thing, like an airbag. Look at these bad boys. Sorry.
Just an opportunity.
And then what you do is, or you get like a wrap and you just tie it real tight. And then you just do like everything's like AMRAP to failure. So you're just doing like maximal bicep curls. You're doing tricep dips. You're doing all the sorts of madness. And then because the blood, I don't even know the science, but I'm going to talk about it as if I do. The blood sort of is sort of reduced to that area, so there's more muscle tissue breakdown, so more necrosis, I suppose, of the fibers, and therefore there's more significant sort of like adaptation occurs. It
doesn't hurt until you stop. When you stop, suddenly you're like, it's like panic, start sweating, and you're like, oh, my arms are going to fall off, and then you have to go again. No, hold on, we're giving them too much airtime. Let's move on.
Right, let's move on. Also, whilst we're there though, Friday night you lost your phone. We've gone past that, but was that anything due to, did you stay up watching the Gypsy King doing the best of boxing?
Do you know what? I completely missed it. No, I was too stressed trying to find it. I knew I'd done it as soon as I got out of the taxi as well. But no, we celebrated after the game, had a couple of beers together, as you do, and yeah, it wasn't even that bad. Just left my phone in the taxi. It didn't get that bad because the girls were invited. When you invite girls to like it was a players' social, you have to take it a lot slower, a lot calmer when the women are there. So yeah, no, I didn't see it. Did you boys watch it?
Yes, yeah, it was an epic fight. It was truly special. Try and catch that puppy again. I mean, it's all in sort of memes now, but it was very good. So he in the fourth, Tyson Fury got knocked down twice, and then he sort of went on to the 11th and dispatched him. It was epic, man. It was so good. Yeah,
I'll have to. I didn't know one, so I was gonna just ruined it for me.
Out of everyone,
you're lying.
Yeah, I am lying.
All right, well, with that in mind, Max, you sort of out of everyone you've played with, who would you back to take on Tyson Fury in the ring?
Oh gosh, that is...
Other than me, we haven't played
other
together.
Than Rise. Yeah. No, I've seen you scrap, you dirty dog. No, who would I put in?
Hold on, is this MMA or is this boxing? What was the call there?
Okay, we're going to go boxing. Max with boxing, but I want you with your raw MMA. Who's going to, in the street fight prison rules, who would you go for? Have a think.
He's the Gypsy King. He'd be even worse in a street fight. But anyway, okay, I'll go. I'll tell you who had some serious hands. Cooper Vuna, he was gifted pugilist. I saw him on the pads. He has some skills. Afisa Trevoranis, my God, scary man with the jab. And then Jan Thomas, he's like a proper sort of student of boxing. He loves it, and you see it all the time. And he completely geeks out over it. And he's messy. He's got hands. You watch him coach the boys in pads. I saw him doing Carl Sinclair today, actually. It was fun to watch. It was like a tortoise. Just a tortoise trying to punch and jab. It's quite fun. But yeah, Jan was outrageous pugilist.
Have you got any boys that used to box in your team?
No one that properly boxed. I think Cooper was probably the closest to that. He's really good friends with Mark Hunt as well. I think they came up together and sort of as friends in childhood. But he's mad skilled. I've watched him. I'm just, oh my God, that would be horrendous to wear any of those.
Yeah, we got a couple. We had when John Welsh, who was at Newcastle, played for Scotland. He was a boxer,
ex-boxer.
Well, no, I wouldn't say he was an ex-boxer, but I think he probably was. He boxed all his life, and even I think whilst he was playing, I think he come for his old man. Or his granddad was a boxer, so he was well into it. When we had to go to these nightmare pre-season boxing sessions, which just turned into absolute brawling, he'd always be pretty handy. Another guy who's left Glasgow and has gone professional is a guy called Nick Campbell, second row, who played with me at Glasgow. He's now on the scene. He's a professional fighter now. So he left Glasgow and went into it. So he's going all right. I think he's had 3 professional fights now. I think who
Campbell.
is it? Yeah, Nick Campbell. His name is. Yeah. So I think he fights out of Jersey because he went and played over at Jersey for a bit, and now his gym's over there. So we've had a few of them, but mate, pre-season when they make you go to these, but ours was like a proper scene out of Rocky, mate. We turned up to Govan, south side of Glasgow, and it's like we pulled up and it's a warehouse, and I swear to God, forklift trucks like zooming around. We were like, this can't be it. This wee stocky bloke comes out like that. Eat me upstairs. And this fucking big Ian, tiny Ian, but he's got you upstairs, mate. The helmet's on, gloves on, and like straight in the ring with him, and he is absolutely battering the shit out of the boys, like trying to show that he's tiny, but he can still beat you up. And it was horrific. It was like one of the worst sessions of my life. And then he started going to the boys, right, you and you in fight, and it was like, this isn't going to end well. Boys concussions, knocking each other out. It was just ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. But yeah, we're in from Glasgow. Go on.
I saw Sale. They had they put up on social media. It was like only body shots. I can't remember when this was. This might have been 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Man, it was tasty. Some of the lads were flying into each other, and you could tell who'd been in a boxing ring before and who hadn't. It's such a skill, isn't it? It's so
yes.
Mate, it's technical. My God, mental.
Boys windmilling, like literally windmilling, eyes closed. Oh, please, no more. Oh. And then you get the ones that just shoot out. Me with these hands, I can't even put my hands, pose them in a fist anymore. So I wouldn't be able to. I couldn't do it. But honestly, this bloke, it was good. Like again, we always talk about these pre-season things and like these stuff that it's got nothing to do with rugby, punching each other's heads in, but. It built those stories you get from it. Like I can remember he was like, hey, big man, cover your head. And he would be like, right, here we go. And he would smack me in the ribs. I'm like, you fucking, what are you doing? Big man, you got to cover your ribs. I'm like, well, you just told me to do my head. So next one like that, smacks me around the head. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, cover both of them. So I'm literally curled up like that, just taking shots off Ian. And then he goes, go on, hit me. And I'm like, no. Because I know what happens. If I hit you, you're going to hit me harder. Oh, come on, big man. Fucking hit me, big man. Fucking hit me. Like, whack. And he's gone, bang, hit me back. Oh, mate. Honestly, you just don't know what to do. You're like, right, please let me get out of this ring. Let me go home. I'm not meant to be here. So MMA is very different. Like that, again, you can... You know, like the wrestling and stuff at pre-season max. That's
a different kind of engine, isn't it? It's a different kind of cardio. You go to some dark places when you're rolling with people. I like going to jiu-jitsu every now and again, and you just realize you're like, oh my God, this is a different kind of ticker for this. And like your hands all bleeding from the gi because you're just always grappling, and then you got this mad forearm pump, and then like a tiny 50-year-old like blue belts just tapped you out, and you're like, oh my God, I'm just drowning in this gi. But yeah, it's amazing. Like it's so technical.
If you had to pick one person though in a sort of MMA street fight, who would it be from your squads? And then we're going to put them together in a weird virtual reality street fight.
Oh, it's going to be someone like niggling it, small and niggly.
I'd put Sam Bedlow in. He's got skills, like a little bit of Muay Thai in there. He's got like a good cocktail of. He does a lot of like catch wrestling, bit of Muay Thai. He's got the dirty boxing down. He's from Manchester. He's missing teeth, has no regard for his own anatomy. He's class.
Yeah, see in Glasgow, they just get a bit stabby. So
that's useless then, isn't it? Yeah.
No use unless they've got a weapon.
Yeah.
A bit stabby. Honestly, it'll come to me after this, but I can't think. Hey, listen, I'd chuck John Welsh in there, even though he's retired.
Yeah, I've heard he's messy.
Big John Welsh in there.
Well, let's talk about Glasgow. Ryan, congratulations on your 13-9 victory over the Lions at the weekend. Hard-fought victory. How about this? Lions boss Ivan van Rooyen saying post-match that Glasgow didn't beat us, we beat ourselves. What do you make of his comments?
No chance. Like we absolutely tore them to shreds, but it was just that last offload match. You know what it's like. Come on, boys, next one. Keep hold of the ball. Don't force the offloads. Cut them open, cut them to shreds, force the last offload. We just couldn't. So we killed ourselves. We nearly killed ourselves. So we should have cut them to pieces. Ain't
What's your
taking that.
what's your little winger? What's your little winger called? He's class.
Rufus McLean.
Rufus
Very
McLean.
good. Yeah.
Very deadly.
Very quick man.
Yeah, but what about Jamie Batty's The Try That Never Was, the greatest try that was never scored?
Hey, second week in a row as well.
Is it actually?
Mate, he scored last week and he reckons he didn't score that one either.
Hey, that was so not a try. I watched it, I was like, oh my God, he could have just TMO'd that. He's literally just gone straight away.
Mate, he's rolling around like that with the ball above his head. Tapping everything, like hoping it touches the floor.
Yeah. Mate. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, listen, they gave it. We should have scored loads more tries, so it shouldn't have been an issue. But again, there's me just helping a fellow individual over the line as well. I'm like a slug, like a leech, just latching onto him, driving him over. That's all I do at the moment. It's just I need to think about myself a bit more.
No, those ones count though. That leech job is no joke. That's a big deal.
Yeah, but we don't get assists like footballers, do we?
I know. That's actually so true. That'd be sick if we got assists, bro. Like that.
Yeah.
Like imagine like maul tries. Because you know how like some teams have amazing maul, yeah? Like Chiefs. Like Dolly right now for Leicester, he's laughing at the system. Because he's like top try scorer for Tigers right now. Oh, I'm just putting that out there. But
yeah,
he's just done it off. I mean, it's the whole pack. No disrespect to Dolly, but the other 7 lads in that aren't getting love. Yeah, I think that would be great. You're right.
Or like when a 10 does a lovely little crossfield and puts someone in, that's an assist. It's a clear assist. So when someone takes someone over the line, that should be an assist. So hey, let's get it written in somewhere. That's a bloody good idea. We should get someone to go through the archives and find out how many assists we've had. I would be right up there. I'd be right up there. I'd be in the hundreds, thousands.
The Paul Scholes of the dark cards.
Just whipping crosses in.
Yeah, just absolutely.
But do you get try bonuses in your contracts and things like that?
Yeah, loads of money.
No, imagine if you put try bonus. Oh, that'd be counterintuitive. I think
it wouldn't work, right?
No, absolutely not. Every geezer's out there.
That's true. Yeah, what happens in football when they've got a goal bonus? You'd just be smashing them from anywhere, wouldn't you?
I think so, yeah. But I think the guys who have the goal bonuses in football are sort of they're big, they're woofs, and it's like expected that they should just take a shot from anywhere.
Have you ever heard of any players having any sort of little bonuses like that? I tell the boys that I've got a captain's bonus, but I don't. I just do it for a laugh, and like some of the guys believe me. And I'm like, yeah, and I get a parking space.
I've never heard of any I've heard of match squads. That's that's actually the only one I've heard of. Just match squads, like how many match squads you're in.
Yeah,
get a little top up. But otherwise, no, nothing real out there weird.
Yeah,
no sneaky contract stuff. Surely there must be some funny ledger in there, or something that's what is it in football?
You're talking to 2 guys who definitely aren't. Who are definitely not getting sorted out under the table.
Yeah. Wrong guys.
Wrong guy. Well, I know a few guys, but not
Yeah, we'll put some calls out, find out. We'll ask the boys.
Find out what everybody else is on. Right, with a lot of news about a huge row between agents and players in the Premiership. Can you guys update our listeners on what this is all about?
Again, Max is probably have to get involved in this one because
I can sort of give the
give us the gist of this. I read a little bit on it yesterday, and
basically what's happened is usually the clubs will pay an agent who potentially owns 5 to 10% total of a player's contract. So the clubs will normally pay that fee to the agents. But what's happened now is the clubs have sort of unanimously decided that the players must pay the agent 5 to 10% of their contract out of their salary that they get paid from by the club. So obviously
that's peanuts for us, so we're all right.
Yeah, but it's still, but for the bottom end of the Prem and the top end, even the say you've got you've taken home a big wedge, say you're taking $1 million home, you're still doling out some big coin to your agent. Like, that's a lot of money. And then the bottom end, some guys wouldn't be able to afford that. So like the implications are pretty massive, and there could be some tasty controversy coming, like some lawsuits, etc.
I'm not in the Premiership, so here's my take on it, Max. I'm coming in here and I'm going, that's ridiculous. Premiership teams, pay the agents yourself. Don't let the players pay them. Pay it yourself. It's always been like that, hasn't it? That's always been the way.
Like that. Yeah.
The clubs pay a fee to the agent after the contract is agreed. That's it. That's always been the way. Why suddenly change it? Oh, I know, because COVID's hit us hard and we need to save some bloody money. No, that ain't fair. Sort it out. RPA, get involved.
Yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate, guys, in a lot of other sports, football and kind of across the like TV and media industry, anyone, all the talent stuff, you pay them out of your own pocket, because they're technically the people who get you the move, I suppose, is the view. So therefore they would take 10-15% or whatever it is of your salary because they enabled that move.
But in football you get goal assists, and in rugby you don't.
What's the average salary of a football player?
It's somewhat higher, than the rugby boys. So from your perspective, it works as it is. Clubs pay and stop trying to basically now rip off the players.
Yeah, as long as I've known rugby, I'm 12, 13 years in it professionally, that's always been the way. So it just seems that suddenly, because everyone's struggling a little bit and they're trying to find ways to save a little bit of money, they're chucking this one out there to see if it sticks. But I
think
ain't fair.
The long-term health of the Prem is in quite a dangerous position right now, because that, on top of the already dropped salary cap, is gonna send a lot of very good talent away from the Prem to like France, Japan, etc. So I think what you'll see is you'll see a drop in quality quite soon, within the next two years, I reckon. Once this new round of contracts goes around, I think you'll see a significant drop off in quality of players.
So is it the RFU that have this dispute at the moment? Is that who it is?
No, it's not the RFU. It's like the clubs. So the clubs have all come together and decided and it was real quick as well. So there was no real dialogue about it. They were just like, yeah, we're doing this.
Well, I guess the only easy fix is to give the players a little bit more money so they can pay them with it. But do you know what I mean? That's how it's going to have to work out, because I don't know.
No,
we do some pretty stupid stuff. We do some pretty stupid stuff to our bodies. So give us more money.
Ryan, you're as you're saying, like, your agent will now try and renegotiate your contract. Would he be expected, if he just renegotiates, so he doesn't move you to another club and you stay at Glasgow Warriors, it would be part of the salary would be given from the club to him directly. I think that's how it works. Do you know what? Yes. He could be shafting me, but I get paid my salary and he would take his commission after that, all separately. It wouldn't get done via me.
Exactly. And you can imagine what this will do to agents as well, because they'll obviously feel like they're being alienated by the Premiership. So what they'll do is they'll just be sending all their talent to overseas. So it's a bit of a clusterfuck at this point. But we'll see what happens.
Let's just go with Ryan's line of just pay you guys more, I think, right? Just works.
Mate, for what I do to my body, pay me more money. Pay me more than a footballer. Do you know what kills me is when I watch footballers swanning about here in their Range Rovers and turning up places with their wash bags and just in at 10, finish at 1. Knocking my pan in all day. Mauling, rucking and mauling.
We are now delighted to be joined by Wales Lions and Gloucester winger Louis Rees Zammit. Welcome to the show, Lewis. Firstly, how's life? How are you settling in at Gloucester? All good?
Yeah, all good. I've been back for about 2 weeks now. Played my first game last weekend, which went well. So, loving life.
Mate, are you in? Tell me you're not in your own bedroom, because I'm looking at your wallpaper.
Wallpaper's free.
Tell me you're in your 8-year-old brother's bedroom, please.
This is actually my bedroom from when I was about 8. Actually, I don't. It's a study now. So.
Is it? Has your
Hence
mum
the
kept it like a shrine to you?
Yeah. The wicked wallpaper.
That's unbelievable. Oh, a United fan, mate. We had a new United fan on by accident the other day. Oh no. Well, did you hear about Jack Noel?
No.
Mate, he went to a United game. No, he went to a West Ham game at West Ham with a United shirt on, thinking he could sit in the West Ham section.
No way.
Purely because he likes Ronaldo, and I've been told since, and Jonny Hill confirmed since, that he was a Man City fan, then Ronaldo signed, and now he's a Man United fan.
That's it.
Mate, I've been there since day one.
Good, man. Yeah, I can fucking see, mate. What is that hanging behind you as well? Have you got a rugby shirt, or is that a football shirt behind you?
That's a Welsh rugby team.
No, the other one behind you, right behind you, behind your chair. I can see it.
Sorry. Yeah, that's Johnny May's top.
You want to burn that one?
What's that doing there?
Johnny May's
Jersey swap.
Yeah, 64th cap.
Oh,
yeah, he's done a swap. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it is literally a shrine to you now, then, that room.
Yeah, I know it is.
Fair
and
play.
it's got two little desks in here as well.
Decent partner in crime in Adam Hastings.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Literally the first time I met him 2 weeks ago, and he's a pain in the ass already. So got another 3 years of that, I think.
Mate, have you been? Are you in the sunbed shop with him yet? Have you been down sunbeds?
No, I've heard many stories about that, but I don't go on them.
Have you lasered your leg hair yet?
No. Neither.
Has he got you an occlusion cuff T-shirt yet?
The arm thing he put on his Instagram story the other day. What a joke! Have you seen the size of his arms as well? Because that machine is clearly not working.
Exactly.
Old T-Rex arms, yeah.
Mate, we've been giving this T-shirt so much hype on here, it's going to sell out. I reckon it's going to do, mate, boosted profits like you wouldn't believe.
Oh God, he was getting rinsed the day after for that.
Good. I'm glad he was.
My God.
Obviously, Adam failed the milk initiation. How did you do?
Oh, I failed as well.
Hey?
I did mine 2 years ago, though.
Oh, of course you did, yeah.
I've been at Gloucester for about 3 years now. This isn't my first season. So I did it. So I done it 2 years ago, and I was bold as fuck.
I just had a picture of everyone had to do it every week, every season. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you didn't pass when you first did it?
No. I was so ugly. It was an absolute joke. And Hastings, it makes me feel sick looking at him.
He does look like he's got alopecia or something.
He's an ugly guy, isn't he?
And those
without hair, anyway.
Yeah.
Is it talked up a lot, the initiation? How nervous were you when you did it?
Yeah, I was shitting myself because I knew that I was going to fail. So it was just like, you have to do it just to be sick, just to get your head shaved. So it's a lose-lose unless you're a big back rower or prop that can down drinks. Max, I'm sure you'd be all right, but I definitely struggled.
How many pints is it?
8 pints of full fat milk in 20 minutes.
Oh, that is not a long time.
Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Wait
there. 20 minutes. Right.
2 litres? What's 2 litres then? What is that?
It's basically 2 of them.
That?
It's like 2 of them.
It's
like 8.5 pints. It's 2 litres.
So just you got to do that in 10 minutes and then wait and then do another one in 10 minutes.
I promise you, I looked at it like that, and you get 3 in, and it's fucking a lot harder than it looks, right? You can't just pick up a cart and be like, oh, what? It's just that, and then another one. It don't work like that.
Don't. We had Jamie Roberts last year told us about an initiation where they had to down 2 litres of water, and I was like, what is that?
No, you could do that.
Just quickly, Lewis, have you seen anyone who's done it where their body, or done it or come close or thought that they could do it and their body size was wrong and they were kind of arrogant into it and then it just went really, really wrong?
I mean, I think everyone thinks they can do it. And then they have about 2 glasses and they're like, no, I can't do this anymore. But it's always the big boys that complete it, basically. So I think there's only like 4 people who's ever completed it.
What? Is that it?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Maybe it's
you know
harder
Charlie?
than we think, right?
Charlie, you know Charlie?
I'm just going to
Beckett?
do it during the show. Just so
Charlie
casually.
who?
You
Charlie.
know Charlie Beckett, second row for Ampthill now. He was at Gloucester for a bit. The big, bold guy. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
he's completed it twice.
Well, he just did it for shits and gigs.
so he did it when he first got in to Gloucester, and then he left Gloucester for a few years and came back on loan for a year. So redid it because he was like one of 2 to ever do it before. Redone it and completed it again. So
Right, Lewis. Let's look back on the summer. Tell us about the moment you received your call up for the Lions.
yeah, that was pretty special. I was in training, just finished a team meeting, and me and Chris Harris, they had it on in like the canteen. So we were all just waiting there, and it fucking took ages for him to announce the squad. So we were all just stood there for about 45 minutes just waiting for it. I've never been so nervous in my life. I was literally shitting myself. And then, I don't know, I am quite stupid. So I didn't know it was an alphabetical order. So I was just literally just waiting and waiting. And then Chris got called first, and we were all like jumping on him over the moon. And then, yeah, like 2-3 names later, I got called up, and exact same happened to me. So it was wicked. And then I FaceTimed my parents after. They were crying their eyes out, and then had training 15 minutes later. So just had to make sure I could get through that session, not injured, basically.
Did everyone take it a bit more easily on you after that, just to make sure you didn't get injured? Everyone's just a bit nicer in training.
Well, I thought I actually rolled my ankle the session after. So I like felt a little thing in my ankle, and I was like, shit, I'm not training. So I just like stood to the side, and I think we had like 1 or 2 more games after before we went away. So luckily I went through unharmed.
Well, as the youngest player, you had to look after Bill the Lion. Can you tell us any stories about the challenges you faced looking after him on tour?
I was actually quite lucky because it was COVID, we didn't like do many activities, or we didn't go out much. So it was quite easy for me because it was only training where they kind of steal it from me. But luckily we had a few security guys, and I palled up with them. I don't think anyone knows that now, to be honest, but I palled up with them, and I didn't lose it many times, put it that way. But it was Jersey training camp, the one before, where fucking hell, everyone was just stealing it, and I literally wanted to cry every day. I was having a tantrum, just like, what is this rule? This is shit. But finally got over it. And
where would they put it? Where would they hide it?
Just shit places, like up a tree where like I just wouldn't look, or like just on like it'd be annoying places, like on like the top of a car or like a van I couldn't even fucking get on top of, so I'd have to get like a pole and just try and get it off, and it was a pain.
So what was the longest it went missing for?
They normally give it back to you at the end of the day, because like you've lost it, you get fined, and then they fucking rob it the next day, basically.
So it's just if you lose it, you get a fine, and then
if you can't find it, yeah. And as I said, fucking the security got me through the whole tour, I think.
Who were you hanging out with most on the Lions tour? Like, who was your crew? Did you have or was there anyone you met?
Just the young. Well, Tom Curry, and then obviously Marcus Smith came in, and it was kind of like the younger lot just piled up with each other.
No,
but luckily there are a few Wales boys there, so I got along with them. Everyone was sound.
Everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. Apart from when you're on the piss and you get absolutely bullied, because I was the younger.
Who was that? Who was doing that?
Just like the fine committee would just onto you all the time. Go get us a drink. I'm like, fuck. at the end, I was literally stood behind the bar, just like, I wasn't like sat down, I just stood behind the bar, and every time someone would say, I'd be closest to it, so I just fucking chuck them a drink like that.
That's their role.
And
That's
then
their roles. If they're the head of the court, they've got to be seen to
Yeah.
keeping strict, making sure the fines are held up. You can't let those fines go. You've got
No.
to make sure you carry them out and stick with it. We had a fines meeting today, and there was some fruity stuff getting thrown around. George Turner got a neggy shaved in, and it was Wilson gets to do your neggy instantly, which is the old square down there.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
No grade
hair.
fade. No grade fade. Yeah, we had that sometimes.
Shave that one straight out. I think the physio got fined. He's got to go all the way to the Wallace Monument in Stirling within 24 hours and get a selfie with it.
Fucking hell, that's brutal. Nah, to be fair, Gloucester, we've only started like fines this year. We never done them before, but they're quite easy. It's just like you just got to pay 50 quid or something.
Keep you on track, mate. Keep you on track.
Yeah, but the last 3 weeks of tour, it was just the bin juice, just drinking every day. That was fun. Before Saturday, I hadn't played rugby in about 4 months.
I bet you were a hell of a sapper. You sound like a good sapper.
Honestly, fucking hell. I gave up in the end. I was like, oh, this is fucking... And any chance, like?
Any chance, was there?
Nah, it is what it is, isn't it? I just got on with it. Stayed in the bin juice. We had a little group chat as well. And so Chris Harris was in it first week and he got kicked out second week and he's back in it third week.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, Harris. Fun whilst it lasted.
No, that's your support group right there. The bin juice WhatsApp group is your support group. When you're going through a tough time, you need people like that. You need WhatsApp groups like that. The
fines they were all right, to be fair. Apart from when I had that shit lightning bolt in the back of my head.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Talk us through that one, mate, because obviously there's a few people looking at it going, hold on, he hasn't done that. And obviously the people that are in around rugby clubs know that's got to be a fine. He ain't going out there with that on the back of his head. Yeah, so it was like a no grade fade. So probably what you do. And then basically our physio done it and he just stuck a lightning bolt in the back of my head and everyone was like, you have to keep that. And I was like, brilliant. So then he gave me an actual trim and then he did it around it. So I was like, fucking bastard. So I had to play like it as well. Joke. Did you get much stick on like Twitter and stuff from people saying that? Yeah, I got some people calling me a twat, but other than that. You'd already got too big for your boots already, people think. Yeah, I didn't even want it. Everyone was probably thinking, what's this dick doing? And I was just, all I was doing was doing it fine. Yeah. And was there something around it? Like, because obviously with these fines, you're obviously not allowed to go and put something out there and say, this is a fine. You just got to take the stick you get. Yeah. Like, I think someone spilled it in an interview after and they got like double fine for it. They didn't say what it was, but I think they were like talking about the fine committee or whatever. Yeah, they were just trying to help you out. Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis, after your game against England, you know, the one that sort of blew up and it got weird on social media for you, didn't it? Talk to me about that. Did it get weird? Was it Scotland? I thought it was England. Was it Scotland that launched? No, it was Scotland. Because England, I wasn't that good. Oh, so Scotland, it went crazy, yeah?
Yeah. Well, my Instagram blew up, yeah. It's pretty weird. I just went on my phone after the game and I had like fucking 70,000 followers more. And I was like, what is going on here? I just kept swiping up. I was sat next to Liam Williams and I was just swiping up and he's like, what the hell is going on? Why do these people like you so much? I was like, I don't know.
Was it mostly women or was it just a mixture?
I wish. No, it was just like younger kids that watch rugby, basically.
Oh, mental.
Like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there were a few women there. But...
I was going to say, there's got to have been a few women because I know.
Oh, there it is. There it is. The knowing smile.
I know that. It's all kids.
You've had to warn Adam Hastings off a few ladies in the past, I've heard.
Yeah. Fucking hell. He's trying to get with anyone under the sun. His pulling game is, he needs to have a good old look at himself.
Talk us through after that Scotland game. What like the weirdest DMs that you got?
Honestly, it was just all kids congratulating me. So there weren't that many weird ones. But yeah, it blew up. So I didn't actually, I don't think I got to see everyone's, which is for the best probably, because otherwise I definitely would have seen a few weirds. But
it's just your avid rugby fan then.
Yeah, just rugby fans congratulating me. I actually wish there were weird ones, to be honest, because they're quite funny, aren't they?
Yeah, the weird ones are the best ones.
Yeah.
I was going to say Johnny May versus you in a foot race. I know you've done it. Who won? Have you not raced?
We actually haven't.
Have you not? But you back yourself, don't you? You dirty dog.
Yeah, come on, man. Talk to us. Who's winning?
Who's got the fastest GPS score? That's the kind of gold, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently he's done something mad though in England camp, I think. But they have some dodgy GPSs there.
Oh, there it is. There's the competitiveness I want from you.
Yeah, there was a wind behind him as well.
Downhill, I think. No, he's fucking rapid. So we've never, to be honest, it's never like everyone's saying like, oh, who's quicker, but we never actually like do a race or anything because it's only going to prove it's going to prove who's quicker, obviously, but like I don't think either of us would admit like anything.
Yeah, so one of you would come off and you'd have an excuse at the end of it. If one of you lost, it's like, mate, Miami's a bit tight. Miami's a bit
extreme.
Yeah. But no, we've never had one.
Lewis, how old are you, mate? What's your date of birth? Just make me even more sad.
I'm 2001. So I'm I'm February the 2nd, so I've got 4 or 5 months until I'm 21.
Max, mate, I remember celebrating the millennium, so that makes me sad and old.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do remember it. Down the Thames in Vauxhall, fireworks, all that madness. Yeah. Young 10-year-old loving life. Yeah. Sparklers.
Bloody hell. 2001. Holy heck, man.
So straight to Vegas when you hit 21, this.
Yeah, I got it booked in end of March. After Six Nations.
Wait, is that genuine?
Yeah,
Good work. Oh, that's going to change your outlook on what's important in life, my friend. Unfortunately, or fortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, you'll be using all those contacts in the Instagram then, buddy. I tell you, that's when the old 70,000 followers comes in handy.
Yeah, I know. I've heard.
Have you been, Lewis? Have you been enjoying playing in the Premiership?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like when I first started playing, it was a massive step up from going from under 18s just straight in there. It was a big step up, but I'm kind of getting used to it now, and it's quite fun playing against like Max sometimes when we play each other. No, we played last. I think we played. No, we played last year.
Yeah.
At your.
Yeah.
Yeah, your gaff. I don't think we played. I didn't play at mine. But no, it's class playing other international players as well. Because it's such a fucking high standard of rugby. You're only going to get better from playing it, aren't you? So yeah, I'm loving it.
Do you think it's the best league in the world?
Yeah, sorry, Ryan.
Hey, URC, mate. Top 14? You don't reckon top 14's better?
No.
No? Oh, you're so young. Well, Hasto better not have been bad man than you are URC, man.
Yeah, I think he has. No, I obviously know. I wouldn't know until if I played in the Pro 14 or whatever it's called anymore. But I personally believe it's the best league in the world.
Lewis, who's been the toughest, your toughest opponent on the edge? Like when you played them, you'd be like, oh my God, that was a handful.
Someone just like huge.
So
like,
you don't like the big geezers? Yeah.
No,
Fair.
like I can put up with speed, but when someone's absolutely humongous and all it wants to do is just run over you, it's just like just a bit boring, isn't it?
Do you get a match? Have you been matched up with Nemanja yet?
Yeah, when he was in Montpellier.
Oh, how was that day out?
Yeah, well, it wasn't fun.
Hanging on to shoelaces.
It'd be fun when I got the ball, but not when he has the ball. Put it that way. But no, like Naira Voro, he's humongous. Just like any of the big wingers.
Just the big fellas go, yeah.
But surely you then, like you just said, you get excited then surely because you know these boys they ain't got the greatest turning circle, have they? You know.
No,
like
in attack I get excited, but in defence I don't.
Yeah, but you can just shift someone
Chewing
out.
gum it.
Yeah.
He's yours.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do.
Or when they do the old passive defence, go soft, just keep going soft until someone gets across and tackles him. Hey, that's oldest trick in the book, mate.
100%. Just let him step inside so 13's got to cover it. Or like someone like Cheslin Colby who's just got mad footwork and he can embarrass you.
Yeah.
So they're the two styles of wingers that I dislike the most.
Does anyone get under your skin? Can people wind you up on the field? I feel like you could be quite an easy person to get to.
I'm actually not. Like when it comes to a game, I don't like listen to anyone like on the opposition. Marcus Smith, I remember last time I played him, he proper went in for me and he like shoved my head in the ground like he was doing all sorts to me. Yeah. But I just kind of laughed at it and carried on with my game. But yeah, Max, next time we play, don't.
Yeah, don't try it. I'll get weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll test that out. I can't imagine Marcus Smith putting people's heads in the ground. He just doesn't have that face for me. But fair play.
I don't know. I can see it. I see him like a little, like you said earlier, like a angry man. Like I can imagine,
and he chats so much like shit on the pitch as well.
Yeah, he does.
Unbelievable. And then he come off the field and he's like a legend. It's weird.
Yeah, he's kind of American, isn't he? Like on the field, like quite like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like you can really hear it, like fist pumping and stuff. And so
Lewis, finally, best player you've played alongside or you've come up against?
Cheslin Colby. I played against him twice, I think, in my life, and then
I love it how you in my life when you're only 21 years old. I'm like 20 years old.
I was just thinking,
how many my life.
I've only played against him twice, to be honest.
Twice already is what you should be saying, mate. That's impressive. Playing against him twice already.
Yeah, well, hopefully. But I don't know. I actually don't know. There's like so many, especially now when I on the Lions tour, like Farrell, George North, and who's someone who's very underrated.
Yeah, I like this question. Yeah,
and unbelievably good is Mark Atkinson.
No, you see, I wasn't surprised when he got I was surprised that it took him this long to select him for the squad, but he deserved it. I think he deserved it a while back. But, I agree with you. Goes under the radar. Yeah.
He's so under the radar, and like he's actually been doing it for so many years now, and just no one looked at him.
He's a class player.
He is so good. It's probably those two. Justin Tipperic's obviously unbelievable as well. So,
Justin Tipperic's a good one.
And Max Leif, fabulous. Those are your four. We'll have those up in a graphic together. Be absolutely perfect. Brilliant, Lewis. Thank you so much for your time. It's been great having you on the show. Thanks for opening up and chatting to all of us. We'll let you go, and we'll catch up with you soon. Good luck for the rest of the season, and particularly with the autumn internationals and in the Six Nations.
Nice one. Have a good season, boys, as well.
Take it easy, pal.
Well, as usual, a lot of incredible rugby to enjoy over the weekend in the Premiership and the URC. So we'll leave it down to Max to summarise the best of the action in his own unique way.
In this week's Rugby Wrap, the Gypsy King once again vanquished Deontay Wilder in the art of pugilism. An epic display from both fighters in the art of clenched hands. Fury weathered the fourth to go on and dismantle Wilder in the 11th theatrical stuff. Whilst back in Twickenham, the chosen one to bring balance to England rugby returned for the men of the quarters against the Bristol Bears to rally a triumphant comeback. The Dick Dastardly villain. In Glasgow, Jamie Batty scores a try that never was, much to the Lions' dismay, and proved pivotal in a contest of the merest of margins. In North London, the legions of Saracens was mobilising, dispatching the plucky Falcons, helmed by the silver-tongued devil that is Owen Farrell. Did he truly have the ref's ear? And if he did, is that not part and parcel of the great game? And at the Rico, Gabriel Ogre tried to force-feed Mitchell his forearm. The gods of rugby smiled upon him as it was just a yellow, and the men of Wasps went on to halt the march of the Saints in their unbeaten streak. Exeter, donning a multicoloured garb, went on to beat Worcester with their trademark frenzied zeal. Whilst down at Kingsholm, the shed was satiated by the blood of sharks as the Cherry and Whites managed a 1-point victory of epic proportions. Very tasty. The Tigers remain the apex predators of the Premiership and continue to maul and brawl their way through teams guided by the nuance and finesse of George Ford, whilst Prem clubs won't be showing agents the money. What sort of consequences will this spell for the health and wealth of the Prem? And Louis Rees Zammit, aka rugby's own Justin Bieber, graced us with his very presence, can be somewhat tricky to get hold of. Ta-ta for now.
And sadly, that's all the time we've got left for now. Thanks for watching and listening. As always, do make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you to Ryan, thank you to Max and Lewis, and we'll see you all next week.
Farewell.